Should he have a say in how I look? We're going to be discussing that today. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Bahati Joyce. Stay tuned. So, should he have a say in how I look? I think before we get into this topic and debate about it, here's my first question. We have to define a few things, okay? First of all, I would ask, who is the he? Before I go and say my standpoint, I gotta know what kind of relationship you're in. And part of that is because of the complexity of the 21st century. Relationships have moved from being very simple, more traditional, to very complex layers. First and foremost, honey, who is he? And this can be the reverse too, in terms of who is she. What kind of relationship is it? I think you have to define that. Is it something that's more casual? By that I mean maybe you're dating, maybe you're seeing each other once in a while, going out, getting to know each other, still figuring it out? Or is it something that's more commitment? It's long-term, you're heading towards marriage. And when I say commitment, I mean there's a plan. Honestly, even when you're in business, you make a plan. So don't let anyone take you on a stroll when there's no plan. So for the more casual dating, the more serial dating, we're just getting to know each other, we're friends with benefit, or we've just been together for 6 months or whatever. For me, my personal opinion, hell no, oh no. How can someone have a say in how you look? Girl, how many of those relationships are you gonna be in? Or a guy, I don't know. Seriously, if it's a casual relationship, how many of those are you gonna be in? Is someone gonna have a say in how you dress in all those relationships? So every time you get into a relationship, now the person has a say in how you look, and then you change your look and you adapt and you adjust. I mean, eventually you're gonna be this confused, kind of caterpillar, I don't know, some multicolored something. If they wanna have a say in the product, they better purchase it. I'm sorry, did I just say that? I mean it. When it comes to long-term heading towards marriage or already in marriage, we're seriously working on building a family together, then you really have to consider the fact that this person is gonna have a say in more than just how you dress, okay? You're gonna be making decisions together that are even more serious than that. So naturally, the person is gonna have a say in how you look, and I think they should. So for me, when it comes to that kind of more serious relationship, you know what? We are talking more about long-term commitment. That means we are a team. But here's the beauty of it, that you're gonna be building that identity together. It's not just gonna be someone, dictating, or it shouldn't be. It's something that you get to build together, a new identity together. And that's why I say it only applies to this kind of relationship, because then you're both committed to each other long term. And when we create this identity together, we are creating or recreating us. So even when you have a say in how I look, we are really redefining each other, and we are growing into each other so that we become one. And that's fine. The next thing I want to define, and let me be clear, what does it even mean to have a say? Because some people are gonna take this and run with it and be like, yeah, I should have a say in how you look. First of all, let's just define what it means to have a say. Some people are aggressive about their approach. Some people are passive-aggressive about this kind of thing. Some people will be aggressive, bordering controlling. When we're talking about having a say, even in this kind of relationship that I've just described, what I mean is that your opinion matters, and it should. But you still can't impose yourself on your partner, honestly. We have to define how you have that say. It should honestly be from just a place of friendship, of love, of caring. Sometimes maybe also of just explaining to your partner where you're coming from, what your preferences are, so that it's a learning experience for them, but not with expectations for them to change. I've made that mistake. It does not work. Trying to change people only shows them that you don't respect them, and they're gonna react negatively. Speaking as someone who has been in one of those kind of relationships where the person thought he could have a say in how I look, and this person was a bit more controlling. And so I remember when that incident happened, I reacted. Oh, I reacted. Like, the black girl in me came out. I was not playing. Because for me, it was like my own father never tried to control how I dress. So I was like, who are you? Trying to tell me how to look. Trying to impose yourself on my identity. What I felt violated. It felt like my will was violated. That's the best way I can put it, because I feel like free will and personal choice is the one thing that we have been given. And these days, women are fighting for that free will. So yes, it makes us defensive in a way. But I will say this is not just a woman thing, because we do it to men as well. Sometimes we are the ones who are nagging and trying to change the man and all that. So it's not just a one-way street, which is why I said you have to define these things very well. What does it mean to have a say? How do you have that say? Don't be trying to control nobody. You didn't even, create them. Who are you to come and tell someone to change who they are? You ought to just, love them for who they are. If something is a challenge, something is an issue, you guys need to talk about that when you are in a committed relationship. That's what I think. Define these things very well before you just go out and, mess with people's identities. But most importantly, you better know who you are, because that really helps when you're in a relationship and you just know who you are. You can articulate very clearly, this is who I am, this is my preference, this is how I dress. And as you get to know your partner, you get to give and take. That's the whole point of this, that we get to know each other and we give and take every time. We give and take, we give and take. And that's why I say it's a team. When you're in a team, I think that's totally okay. We could go on and on about this topic. There's so much that can be said. I want to know what you think. Should he or she have a say in how you dress? This is a hot topic, don't you think so? So why don't you share it and hit subscribe if you like this video. Go and watch some of the other videos. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Bahati Joyce, and see you next time.